Hi guys, so we're back in lockdown, training from home. But that's okay, we can still improve our jiu-jitsu even at home. So first, we're going over the armbar, right? This subject we're doing for 2 weeks in class, so this is the first part of the first week. There is so many different variations of armbar, or the Japanese term is jujigatami. Today, I am going to show you how to do the jujigatami from a position underneath called closed guard. So there's a few main ideas we want to make sure we remember. So when you come back to class on Thursday, hopefully, that the step-by-step process of how to get the jujigatami from bottom. So here we go. Firstly, I'm in close here with Ruby. So for me to start to attack the juji, I need to get Ruby's arm to the center line relative to her body, all right? So this will make sense as we go on. So the center line, as we all aware, especially if you've done the open guard subject, is the center line basically nose to belly button, right? So I need to get that somewhere near the center line. Make sure it doesn't have to go all the way across, hard across like this. You need to get it somewhere near the center line, however you like to do it, right? Once we get to the center line, I need to move my head out of center line as well. So you can do it together like this, all right? So now when my head was here, that would be central if I was here. Now I've moved off to the side. So whatever arm you're attacking, pulling across, my head moves the same way. Once I get here, right, I want to get to a position which is called the top lock, all right? Later on, I can show you a way to skip this part, but I personally like the step-by-step ways to do armbar rather than the quick, fast armbar, right? Especially, when you've got the gi on and you've got plenty of ways to control. So make sure, once we get to here, so firstly, center line once again, head off to the side. We want to get into this top lock position. So whatever arm I'm attacking, so I've got Ruby's right arm here, I want to jump over her right shoulder. And I get this connection to her upper body here, right? Once I connect to her upper body here with this top lock, so I've gone over one shoulder, I squeeze my knees in and I'm looking really good, right? There is a way, which I'll show later on, how to finish this armbar from here as well. But first we're going to the top lock. Now, I need to get my leg over Ruby's head, right? So I need to control. So I don't want to just lift like this, undo my legs and Ruby rips her arm out, right? So how do we make it strong? Once we get this top lock position, watch the angle I do with my feet. So my leg that's over Ruby's back is hamstring curling down. And I'm pulling my knees together and I do this with my feet. So see how she's crushed in? So now she tries to pull her arm out, it's very difficult. So not just like this and lift over. If you just do that, look at that space, gone, right? Remember this, you guys are all, teenagers and stuff, so you can understand the step-by-step. So I'm breaking this video down in a lot more detail than I have in the previous younger kids videos, okay? So try and watch step-by-step. So we move their arm to the side of my head to the side. I jump over the shoulder for top lock. Once we get to this top lock position, if your feet don't lock, so rotate around. See on my feet, I've got long legs, so I easily lock over Ruby. If you're a little bit shorter and your feet don't lock, just make sure you use your hamstrings, engage your hamstrings really tight so you're pulling your heel down. If they don't lock, or your partner's a lot bigger than you, that's fine. Just make sure you pinch your legs down. Now watch this, I pinch my knees together as I do this. So my knee's pulling into Ruby's ear here, and these knees are pinching. So it's still, Ruby's all wedged in, right? Once we get to here, now I can quite easily come over the head because my foot's nice and high here. So I've got good upper body control. Now I come over the head, there's always control, boom. Once I get here, I'm holding the arm. I make sure I've still got Ruby's entire arm, and I slowly raise my hips up, and Ruby must tap. She has to, that's hyperextending her arm like this. Yeah, it's a very, very strong arm bar. So once again, I'm in close guard. I need the arm across to the center line, relative to Ruby, right? So now I move my head and I jump over and get this top lock here, right? Once I've established the top lock, you're looking really good for the arm bar. Once I get here, I'm gonna start to pivot, right? Off this knee and keeping my knees pinched in. So don't just lift off like this because that's your partner's chance to escape.
go back. I do this, so my knees are squeezed, and I do this. So I've got a big pinch between my legs here. My knees are pulling in, so Ruby's all wedged in now. I'm holding the arm, and I go over the head. Make sure this heel's being very active now. Don't be lazy with this leg. This is pulling down, so I get time to root over the head. Now make sure when you go over the head, your knee, lift your head up a bit, Ruby, can't be here. See how Ruby's head's above my knee? This is a weak arm bar. A lot of time you can lose the arm here. Your knee goes above their head as you pull down. So look at my knee now. See how it's above the ear? It's very difficult for Ruby to get her arm out, and boom, you can finish the arm bar here. Boom. Right? So now, rotate around, all the way around. Now, I've got the closed guard. I'm just giving you a different angle, across to the center line, okay? Once I get here, however you get to the top lock, you need to control the posture, come over to the top lock. Whether your feet lock or not, you can just pull your heels down. Now, as I said earlier, you can finish the arm bar from here, as long as you've got your legs locked, right? You need your legs locked. Now I've got legs locked, I'm pinching my knees in. I can just raise Ruby's arm up like this and finish here. Not quite as strong, right? I would much prefer to get their leg over their head to finish it, but this can work from here as well. It can, but you must have a good squeeze. Once we get here, I prefer us to practice going. So this position where you make sure you got the good squeeze and you do this, tight. From here, here, everything's pinching in. Now I'm pulling hard with my leg over the back. Now I go right over their head, making sure I pull my heels down. Now I get the arm bar. Now Ruby, you can see is about to fall, so a lot of the time I'll let that happen. Let them fall. Now you finish in that standard arm bar position, which we've seen from like top position mount or whatever. So if they roll to their back, let it happen, it's fine. Make sure you keep the whole arm in. Grab that arm, make sure you've at least got the elbow, keep it on your chest and slowly fall back. You've got the arm bar, right? It's a great way to finish the match. You'll get Jujigatami's from all different positions, but common ones are mount, guard, back. There's many ones, but the common step by step is throughout all of the arm bars, all right? So the final time, look, actually no, one more little part to it first. So as I said to at the start of the video, that the elbow is relative to Ruby. So you can finish the Jujigatami if their hand's on this side, but I have to pivot more, right? This is a little bit more sneaky. So I don't need to get the arm across here, as long as I get Ruby's elbow to center line. So how do I do that? I make more of an angle so my body moves, so now her elbow is to the center line. So I had to move my body a little more. This is a devastating arm bar for Ruby. So you got some people go, oh, if your hands are on the chest, you know, you can get arm bar. If they're on the side, you can't get arm bar just tomorrow. No, you can get it from here as well. You can do like a little pinch with your elbow. Yeah, you just have to be a little bit more active on how you get the angle. See, now her elbow's past the center line, or to the center line, to Ruby. Now she's in big trouble for an arm bar. The same rules apply. You can jump over the top lock, you can pinch, you can come over the top, and that's super tight. Ruby wants to tap already, right? There's one last part to it. So I personally like arm bar step by step. So center line, right? Pivot, top lock, keep that squeeze in your knees and go over the head. You can also just get the arm to the center line and you can go straight to over the head. It's done a little bit quicker. It's more of a speed-based one, which you guys, you know, a lot of you are all pretty athletic. You can hit it. So without step by step, it can be done like this, more of a surprise arm bar. So when I do it, I make sure I lift my leg, open my legs, and I go, and I pivot still. I go straight to here, and then straight over the top. Right? This can be done quite quick. Look, we're here, and I just go, boom. But you have to make sure you understand the head still moves. The back leg still is very active in kicking, and the top leg still comes up nice and high. So you could definitely hit quite a fast arm bar. So the step-by-step process is personally the way I like. I'd like you to understand it before you go for the quick way. So center line relatively to Ruby. So it could be center line on my chest, or it could be center line as long as I move to the elbow, which is here, to the center line of her body. Yeah, different way to set it up. Then once we get here, I need the top lock. So I go over the shoulder top lock. This is going to make all the difference. Remember, you can finish it right from here as well, right? But we want to go all the way through to the strongest way to finish. If you've got someone really, really strong, a lot bigger than you, you can do this armbar. Now the pivot, watch my pivot. So my knees are squeezing, my feet go like this. So Ruby's still very stuck here. Pull the arm out, very stuck. You make it no room. This is pinching hard as my leg comes over nice and high. Finish it here, thumb pointing up. Ruby must tap. Remember as well, if they fall, let them fall. Still finish the armbar from here. Make sure your knees are pinching. Yeah, you can start to take the elbow across and down. Make sure they're thumbs up. With this one as well, turn your head this way. If they do fall, a little bit more information. Don't bring it to the center of your body. Bring it across your hip. So as I'm falling back, if they've fallen on their back, see how it goes across my hip here? This is a really strong way to finish your armbar. Boom. This arm's pulling, this arm's pushing. Straight across the hip. It's faced here. So if they fall, cross your hip, and you've got it really strong. Scoops. So remember, that's Juji Gatami or armbar. Make sure you watch this video. Please do me a favor, just send me a message however you can. There's always Instagram or Limitless's Facebook or however you can, tag me in something, whatever, it's just showing me that you're doing this video because grading is coming up. We need to know this part of the week. So for the end of the week when we're back allowed to train, everyone's already understood this part of the week because then we've got next week, which is the final part of the arm bars. So please watch this video over and over and over again as many times as you can. And then I strongly suggest as well, scroll down on the YouTube channel and find the fitness videos that for this age group and do them once or twice too during lockdown because we have to keep everything as normal as we can through these up and down times of being locked up and being allowed out. And that would be great to let me know that you're doing those as well because grading is coming up and I want everyone to still keep on their game and on training. Thanks guys, and I'll see you soon.